Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we are having a look at another devlog for Update Red Skies, and this is about the MiG-23M and also Rank 7 Aviation for the game. We also have a BR increase to 11.0 which is coming, which is pretty awesome. The MiG-23M is coming into the game at Rank 7 for the USSR. It is coming in with some very interesting armaments and also coming in with some excellent speed. If you want to see the MiG-23M on the test server, then I do have some videos up on the channel from earlier which go through the sneak peek streams from the devs. So make sure to check them out to have a look at it in action. Understand all of that stuff is work in progress. Hopefully soon we'll be able to see it on the dev server itself. Let's get into the history and also what Rank 7 means for War Thunder. With Rank 7 coming to the game, this adds two new different things when it comes to War Thunder itself. The first one is the expanded battle ratings up to 11.0. At least on the test server right now, the only vehicle which had that was the MiG-23M, but I'm sure other vehicles will go up in time. If you want to know which vehicles are moving to Rank 7 from the current Rank 6, it's pretty much all of the end-of-the-line vehicles which you see from the majority of nations. So to give you an idea, I'll just read them out for you so you can plan ahead when it comes to Rank 7. The F4E Phantom II, the A7D, the MiG-21MF, the MiG-21 SMT, the MiG-21 BIS, the Su-17M2, the Phantom FGR-2, the Phantom FG-1, the F4EJ Phantom II, the F104G, the F5A, the Mirage 3C and Mirage 3E, the J35D, and also the F4F Early. So overall, a lot of vehicles which are already very high BR going up to Rank 7. This is pretty much what they did when Ground got added with Rank 7, so not too much of a surprise. There are a few vehicles which are also moving from Rank 5 to Rank 6. These are the Yak-38, the Harrier GR1, and also the AV-8A. So these are all moving up, and because they're the premium vehicles of the area, this just means that they will be a lot better at researching the higher echelon. Generally, it's nice to see that they do this instead of keeping them at Rank 5 because the value of the vehicles themselves increases because you can still research the whole of the tech tree. Another thing with the BRs moving up to 11.0, this means that there will be a little bit less BR decompression for individuals, which hopefully means certain aircraft will be in a much better place than before with the shifting metas that are around them. Also remember, with the addition of Rank 7, that means that a lot of jets are going to be either tougher to research or you won't be able to use the same vehicles to research them. The way that research works in War Thunder is you get 100% efficiency if you use a vehicle which is one rank above or below or the same as the current vehicle you're researching. So for a Rank 7 vehicle, in order to be efficient in researching it, you're going to have to use Rank 7 or Rank 6 vehicles, where in the current system, in order to get a lot of these vehicles, you only have to play Rank 5s. So make sure that you have that available. Make sure that you sort that out because obviously you don't want to waste research while getting these things. Hopefully as well, what we see in a few months' time after this update comes out is a reduction in a lot of the Rank 6 vehicles RP costs. This is something we actually saw when it came to Ground when they added in Rank 7. A lot of vehicles went from 380,000, 390,000 to 250,000 RP to research, and therefore their modifications went down as well. And there is a lot of vehicles currently at Rank 6 which could really do with a bit of help when it comes to actually sorting them out, modification-wise and also research-wise, where they are off meta and don't really see too much play because of their cost. So hopefully we see that. I don't think that will come at the start of Red Skies, but definitely look to it in 2 to 3 months afterwards for a desired change. The MiG-23 has a really interesting history, mainly because of the fact that it was hugely produced, with over 5,000 of them being produced in multiple different variants designed for multiple different things. And because of this, it has a rich history depending on which one you're looking at. The MiG-23M is one of the earlier versions of the MiG-23, therefore making it a little bit more interesting when it comes to the start of the production lines. The work on a new tactical fighter started in 1961, simultaneously with the release of the first production versions of the MiG-21, and the requirements for this type of jet fighter were constantly changing, but the main idea was to create a faster and also better armed fighter than the MiG-21, while also being able to take off and land on shorter airfields. The priority goals for the project was higher speed, rate of climb, and also flight range. The dogfighting air combat in direct contact with the enemy was also no longer considered as a regular scenario. Therefore, the requirements for airframe durability were significantly reduced to lower the aircraft's weight, and also to achieve the ability of operating on short runways. TSAGI engineers proposed a scheme with a variable swept wing. The MiG-23 had 3 wing positions for the different flight modes. And the first serial MiG-23 with 9,300 KGF engines went into production in 1969. The first MiG-23S demonstrated difficulties on takeoff and also landing. The aircraft very quickly showed a lack in modern radar and also navigation systems, and there was also a requirement in the use of new weapons. And in 1974, the MiG-23M modification appeared. It had a more powerful engine, it had new wing mechanisms, and also significantly improved onboard equipment and new weapons. This modification became the basis for several fighter modernization programs, and the machine was in service with the Soviet Air Force and was actively supplied abroad, designated as the MiG-23MF, meaning that maybe this variant also comes to Germany at some point. And it had simplified onboard radio electronic equipment. The MiG-23 was generally built for speed, and the MiG-23M will definitely not disappoint in War Thunder. The vehicle itself has the Kachaturov-Tumansky P-29-300 engine. This gives it a static thrust with afterburner of 11,500 kgf. This means that the maximum speed of this vehicle is Mach 2.4, while it can still control the vehicle. It shouldn't be as maneuverable as a lot of the things that it fights though, because that's what it wasn't really designed for. It wasn't designed with the dogfighting in mind. That is more of the MiG-21's game. So this is going to rely heavily on its missile equipment to be able to get kills, especially at range. And to be honest with you, it has some pretty cool missile equipment. The first thing is it gets access to some air-to-surface guided missiles in the form of the KH-23M. These are already in game on the Yak-38, and they definitely pack a hell of a punch when it comes to ground battles. The air-to-air guided missiles, though, are even more scary when it comes to this machine. It can bring along R-60s. The R-60s, it can carry 4 of them, I believe, even 6 of them. In a certain configuration. And if you haven't used R-60s, R-60s are some of the best missiles in the game. Incredibly maneuverable, and also a decent burn time, and can hit targets at a hell of a range. The other things that it also has is some semi-active homing radar missile types. You have the R-23R, which has a radar homing head, and also the R-23T, which has a thermal seeker. The MiG-23M infrared search and track device also is capable of capturing the thermal signature of an operating engine from an enemy aircraft at a very large distance and covertly launching a missile without alarming any enemy radar warning system. So even if you have an RWR, you are not safe against this thing. You'll have to make sure to change or look behind you a lot and hope for the best when it comes to the missile tracking that that is in the game. When it comes to its gun armament, it also has access to some guns in the form of the GSH-23L twin autocannon with 200 rounds. This is obviously very effective as well, and can also carry bombs and rockets. So this thing is coming into the game with some very meaty air-to-air armament, which makes sense since the majority of the MiG variants were used as general interceptors. The fact that this is coming in now as the first vehicle shown at 11.0 and rank 7, it should give you an idea of how powerful the devs at least think this machine will be. And with the MiG-21 bis with it as well to cover some of its flaws in the dogfighting aspect, this machine will definitely have a great time. Alongside this, obviously you have other nations getting stuff such as the F5E, which will be the complete contrast to the MiG-23, where it's a lot more maneuverable, and also differences in ordnance when it has access to stuff like the Mavericks, and also some very good sidewinders. But I think the MiG-23 will bring along a new age in War Thunder, which we will see expanded upon in the coming years. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd like to thank BRFC, Swollen Ostrich, Teddy, John Ryman, Universe, Conte Baraka, Eugens Terry, Ambrosius McClellan, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Lafouche, Barine, and Samuel Schlick for supporting the channel.